Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Nice. Voice is good. We got some stuff to talk about. Frickin' Bitcoin had a really big reversal. Look at this, 98K back up to 105. That's crazy. We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that. Just be careful. It looks like you are making a higher low, as much as I hate to say that. Hopefully, your alts are having nice moves up. There are a couple coins that are actually on Coinbase that are up like almost 30%, which we're actually going to look at and make videos on, just so I can capitalize on that ad revenue. Got to rack in that ad revenue, right? Got MOG up 26%. Matthew Dropco is probably excited about that. Dog and Me, I don't know if DZ's still in it or not. Mudang, Toshi. Dog with Hat, 21%, not bad. What's up, Silver Days? What's up, man? How are you? Oh, best mod ever. You and Free Lightning. What's up, Grimaldi? Welcome to the 1 hour live stream today. The 1 hour show. What's up, Matthew Dropco in here? Yeah, we're gonna take a look at your MOG. Congratulations. We are back, baby. Yes, we are a for-profit store. I guess we're coming back. Let's go. What's up, CyberCurt? How are you? How is DOGE looking? I probably don't care because it hasn't even moved that much, right? Let's see. Yeah, not really. I mean, it is pretty cool though. I mean, it did 14%. That's not nothing, I guess. But it's still just, yeah, I don't know. We do need to get a breakout. I mean, 15% is pretty good though. MOG is coming back pretty well. Yeah, we're going to take a look at these. We're going to make videos on these coins. Ceasefire. Put your mic closer. Wait, why? Can you not hear me? I feel like the voice was pretty good. DOGE's on fire. Yes, it is. I mean, it's up 15%. It does need to continue, though. So we really need to get a continuation back up to this box. That would be nice, but what we don't want to see is them coming back up here and getting stuck, unfortunately. We do need a breakout for DOGE. What's up, Israr? Hashare and XPR. We'll take a look at those in a bit. We have a lot of coins to look at right now. We will take a look at those for you. You're happy we didn't break down? Yeah. No, people aren't rebuying their bags. I think, I don't know. Maybe people are just buying the dip and this is just the dip. It can be a tad louder. Here, maybe I can scoot closer. All right, let's take a look at MOG. Taking a look at MOG on the live stream, up 26% on the day. So on the macro time frame, as we've been saying, MOG did get stuck at its 618 retracement. We did come down, retag the 382 at 73 as support. Now we're getting some sort of bounce. Now in the macro time frame, as long as MOG stays over, what is that, 6073, it's still macro bullish. But on the shorter time frame, just keep in mind you are making lower lows and lower highs. So on the shorter time frame, it does need to break 6092, which it does look like we are getting stuck at. Technically, this entire box is resistance on the shorter time frame, but on the so like on the way down, as long as it does stay over here and invalidate this downtrend, then you're retesting 5011, and then from there the macro targets are still in play, which would be the 618 retracement, and then from there to the moon. But as of right now, we do need to stay over 6092. If we don't, then this is going to be no different than any other move where we got stuck at the 382. came back down and made a lower high, and then going back down and making a lower low. Obviously, as long as we consolidate over this box, that is a good sign. So on the downside, 6081 does need to hold. Otherwise, we are probably going to get a bigger move down and a capitulation that will take us closer, if not break this previous low. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Alrighty. How to crank it up, my volume for something else I was watching just now on YouTube. Thank you for doing TA on MOG. I just really hope people bought it on this unexpected dip. It's one of the cheapest coins on Coinbase, better than SHIB or Pepe or Bonk, so people should buy it up. Yeah, it is pretty good. MOG is pretty good. Very small market cap. Flip Coins is in the house. Did legs today. I mean cardio. I mean, technically you did do legs because you did do cardio. So I did shoulders abs on Saturday, I think. And that's usually when I do my 20-minute run, but I ended up doing 20 minutes on elliptical because my back is still recovering. So I didn't want to overexert myself. And then I ended up doing legs yesterday. I would say it was legs because it wasn't just cardio. What's up, Ambitious Rav? How are you? Let's see. We're on hash AR and XPR. We'll bring those coins up just so we don't forget about you. Let's see. Hash AI. And then really quick, let's look at Billy and used car. Nilly, that's funny. Taking a look at Billy on the live stream. So Billy did get a nice, it got a really nice bounce actually, but keep in mind that we did get stuck at the 236382 before. What you really want to see is a higher high taking us past 1 cent 11. So based on this, it does look like it is in play as of right now. So it doesn't look like it's out of the, it's out of the realm of possibility, but we can still come back up to, wow, so much noise in the background. We can still come back up to the 382 at around 1 cent 10 and come back down. What we don't want to see is getting stuck here at the 236 at 2054 and then coming back down and breaking this previous low, because then you'd be validating this downtrend that's forming on the macro time frame. You do eventually want to break out of this, and by doing so you need to break 1 cent 11. With that being said, I'll keep you updated as always. None of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. And let's take a look at used car. Yeah, same with used car. Taking a look at used car on the live stream, making a quick update video on it. So we did get a nice recovery. We are still maintaining this uptrend technically, but we are in a bigger downtrend. So we still do need to break this box at around 2028 to 2066. I'd say once we break 2066 and we maintain price action over this level, then 2 cents 30 is in place. So so far so good. What we don't want to see is a breakdown and validating this continuation of this downtrend on the macro time frame, which will also invalidate this uptrend in this channel. So far so good as long as we maintain price action over this trend line and eventually break 2028, then 2066 would be in play. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and I'll catch you in the next video. Let's see, Dog and Me, you got it. I have Dog and Me up here, so we'll take a look at it for you. Flex for 2 beans. SEI, XAI, lease. Okay, let's first look at SEI, which we got to make a video on. Taking a look at SEI on the live stream. So far so good for SEI. We did get a nice little, actually a really big bounce. And yeah, on the shorter time frame, as of right now, the target's 25 cents. If we don't break over 25 cents, then we are probably going to come back down to 19. Once we do break 25 cents, I'd say 38 cents is in play on the macro time frame. And as far as the target on the upside. But just keep in mind that technically at that area, we could still get rejected and have a 618 retracement and still validate this downtrend that's forming. So we really do need to get a break over 38 and consolidate over this level and then eventually break out. And then you'd be invalidating this downtrend, and we could start looking at the macro targets on the upside. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Hey Mew, like the Pokemon. I've been watching your channel for months now, but finally made a channel to say, finally made a, like a account to say hi. And thank you for your videos. Yeah, you're welcome. And let me know whenever you need an update or whenever you need me to look at your coin and give you my opinion. And targets, you can feel free to ask, join the live streams, comment on my videos, or mostly catch the live streams. I could take a look at it, give you some indicators and show you what to look at. So thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Did BTC wake up to 106? Too much good news today? Yeah. So let's see. I got to do XAI. Yeah, so I mean XAI, same here. You got a really nice, you got an okay bounce. I mean, I don't think that's that much, right? Yeah, actually it is 21%. That's a good amount. So on the macro time frame for XAI, nothing's bullish until we break 9 cents 40. So as long as you consolidate in this level and you maintain price action over 3 cents 80, then the 236 would be the target on the upside. And if we never break that, then you're going to get consolidation, and then you're going to get a breakdown, which you're going to invalidate this downtrend on the macro time frame, which is exactly what happened here. You consolidate it, broke out, probably got stuck at the 382, and then made a lower low. So consolidate, never, or get stuck here, or even come back up here and then make a lower low. So just be careful on the macro time frame for XAI. The price to beat would be 16 cents 25. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And then you said lease. I don't see that. Oh, you said that. I think you meant please, not lease. But let me know if like that's another coin, because I didn't see it. Let's see. DOGE Wintermute, Chip did it before 100x. Yeah. What's Wintermute? Oh, that's not a coin, is it? Oh, DOGE Wintermute, Shib did it before 100x. Wintermute. Yeah, so let's see. All right, we got to do Dog and Me. Taking a look at Dog and Me on the live stream. So, damn, super chat's coming in. That means that everyone, you guys are making money. That's good. So taking a look at, I guess technically this is I'm making a video, but that's pretty funny. So taking a look at Dog and Me on the live stream. So keep in mind we're in resistance at this point. Price to beat would be 3063. That after that breaks, that should take us to 3084. Those are the next key levels of resistance, and just keep in mind that on the downside, if we don't hold 3053 around this area, then we're going to come back down and probably make a lower low. And then looking back, we would have said that we got stuck at resistance, which is the box. With that being said, I'll keep you updated as always. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. So Solana gonna bust through $147. I don't know. We could take a look at it. Flipcoin says CKB and SNEC. You got it. Wait. Oh, Dwayne Kelly. I didn't even see your comment. I was like, wait a minute. Did I miss something? So I got XRP or XPR hash AI. Okay. Let me bring, okay, Beam. I don't know, is Beam doing anything? Let's take a look at Beam. Yeah, Beam's not doing anything, unfortunately. I mean, it did go up. Like, you know, you still got this giant move up from this dip, which is around 20%. So that's good. But on the macro time frame for Beam, it's still bearish under 2073 and then bullish over 1 cent. So you have a lot of resistance to get through. And at that point, you have to decide, right? Because, like, from that low, it's 71% to 136%. So that's a really big move up. But once that breaks, it should send us to 1 cent 75, which as of this dip, if you ended up buying the dip, it would be around a 300% pump. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And then CKB, Nervous Network. Yeah, Nervous Network's having a nice move up. Let's see. And then we can take a look at Solana for the gentleman who asked for it. Yeah, so CKB, again, same here, right? Like, it's a very small candle, even though it was like 20%. Unfortunately, nothing is bullish until we break 2078, and then as long as it's under 2054, it's still bearish. You just have to hope that you don't break this previous low because you don't have any more support. At least I don't think. Yeah, you don't have any more support, unfortunately. So you don't know how low it's gonna go. But I mean, look, like the RSI did hit oversold, and we just crossed the moving average. So maybe we might get, you know, a big move up back up to 2078. But even if we get stuck there, we're still gonna validate this downtrend. So it just depends. Once you see the RSI up here, and you ask for CKB, same with here, right? Same with here, same with here. And if we look at the price, you'll see that these all like mark tops, right? Here, here, and here, okay? So these all marked tops. So at that point, I'm going to be like, hey, flip coins. The RSI is oversold, or sorry, overbought. So maybe it might hang out up here and you might be making that higher high, exactly what happened here. Because technically you were over here and the price was here, but you ended up actually going higher. So that's also on play, but the majority of the time this stuff happens, right? So higher, so you go overbought and then you basically go back down. So these are all indicators to mark peaks. So obviously I'll show you this later, like next time, because we're oversold right now. So it's probably going to take us like a couple of weeks for the price action to go back up. And I'm saying if at any point if you do see it in the green, and then if we're stuck at 2078, you got to really think, hey, am I going to hold for another basically bearish 6 months or 3 months, however long it's going to take, or should I sell and put it in whatever else? But anyway, that's pretty much it for CKB. I hope that made sense. I know that's a lot of information. No financial advice, just my opinion. And then we'll take a look at SNEC. Yeah, so SNEC, very good, very nice bounce actually. I mean, wow, that was huge. 40%? Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, almost 40% bounce for SNEC. So just keep in mind on the macro time frame for SNEC, bearish under 2023, bullish over 2003 should send us to the 618 retracement, what Turbo did. 2047. And then in terms of support, I think we actually landed on support, right? We did. We held 2074 as support. So usually once we break the 382, the 618, 786 support hits before we get some sort of reversal. So, and if it doesn't, then I'd say the top is in. We're probably going to get a bigger move down. But it looks like it wants to do the same thing, right? Almost. So we're just waiting for this giant move up. But we'll just wait to see if we get it. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And thank you. And then we got to look at Hash AI. And then we can take a look at the chats. Just be careful with Bitcoin right now because it does look like we're hitting a downtrend. So taking a look at Hash AI on the live stream. So just be careful with Hash AI because I know we're having a really nice recovery and a nice bounce, but we are hitting resistance. So if it doesn't end up breaking over 44, 3044, I would say on the downside, it needs to hold 3036. Otherwise, we are going to go back down. Once this breaks, the next target on the upside, so if we do actually continue up, the next target on the upside is 3060. So that would be the target on the upside. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. All right, let's read the chat. Wintermute is a liquidity provider, getting large whales without letting price change too much. That's pretty good. Ship collaborated with Wintermute sometime before exploding. God candle incoming. Wait, so did DOGELAN, is it confirmed that DOGELAN's collaborating with Wintermute? Wait, can you confirm that? Aerodrome and Wintermute have a partnership too. Figured it was another VC firm. Can we check out SCI and Arrow? You mean Ergo or Arrow? And we actually just did SCI, and I'm going to post the video after this so you can check that out, DZ. And then Arrow, you mean like Aerodrome Finance, or do you mean Ergo? Free Lightning's in the house. What's up, Free Lightning? Flex for 4 beans. Plume, Maneki, Cock, Inu, and Ethereum. Let's take a look at those. Okay, so Plume, is that a gamble coin? Hey. Oh no, it's not. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at Plume. Taking a look at Plume on the live stream, really good move up today. I think it's up 16% on the day. So congratulations to whoever bought that dip. And then in terms of the targets though, on the macro time frame for Plume, nothing is bullish until we break around 12 cents. And then as long as price action's under 10 cents, it is still macro bearish. So that just means that if we don't break this area and if this low doesn't hold, then you're probably going to be making a lower low in price discovery to the downside. But once this area does break at around 12 cents, the next target on the upside should be around 16 cents, which is the 618 retracement. With that being said, I'll keep you updated as always. None of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion, and thank you. Ethereum. Taking a look at Ethereum on the live stream. So Ethereum had a really nice move up, but regardless on how high it goes, it's still making a lower high and it's still validating this downtrend, and unfortunately it's still not over its 618 retracement. So nothing is bullish, at least in the macro time frame. No big moves until we break 2700. Once that breaks, it should send us back up to 32, and then we'll take a look at it from there. But on the downside, on the downside, it needs to hold. Yeah, it absolutely needs to hold 2174, which we did briefly break under, and then we got a nice recovery. So as long as it's stuck in this channel, then I'd say upside is still in play. You're validating this uptrend. Everything's good. But at any point, if we do fall below 2174, I'd say a bigger move's coming back down to around $1,600 to $1,800. And then from there, we'll have to just reassess the situation. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. And then you want Maneki and Cock Inu. Are they having a nice move? I need to remove all this. Taking a look at Maneki on the live stream. So on the macro time frame for Maneki, Maneki's very bearish. As long as it stays under 2019, it is macro bearish, and then bullish over 2032. So we could still come back up to these levels, get stuck, come back down, make a lower high. And if we don't hold this previous low at 3083, unfortunately, we will break down and make a lower low, making lower lows across the board. But that's pretty much it for Maneki. Maneki does have a lot of grounds to cover. Once you do break this box, and as long as we hold over this previous low, then on the macro time frame, the next target should put us to 2073, which as of today, that's a really big move up. That's around 538%. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. And then Cock Inu. Yeah, same with Kakinu actually. You see how it's like it's just at its low and it still hasn't broken. So I don't need to change anything with Kakinu. 6 euros 63 to 6 euros 84 is still resistance. So even though we come back to that level, we could still get stuck and get rejected and come back down, make a lower high. And then on the upside, 5 euros 13 would be the next area. And then that's actually on the shorter time frame, right? Yeah, that's just 620 on the shorter time frame. On the macro time frame, yeah, you're looking at, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point because we're all the way at the low. But once we do break these areas, then we can start looking at on the macro time frame. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Thank you so much for the 4 beans. Damn, flip coins for 20 beans. Let's go. Thank you so much for that. That's huge. That's a lot of money. Thank you so much. Let me know if there's any other coins that you need me to look at for you. I know you have Turbo. So let's take a look at Turbo for you. And then we could look at XPR. Yeah, Turbo. Oh man, it's still stuck, but we'll take a look at it. Taking a look at Turbo on the live stream. So Turbo had a 618 retracement. So this is what we talked about here. We look back and we're like, hey, we got stuck at the 618. Or we look back and we're like, hey, we sold early and this thing flies. So basically, if you sell, it flies. If you don't, it goes back down. The good thing is that with Turbo, we did have a 382 retracement. So we came down, retested 382. We're over 2.033. So as long as it stays over 2.033, then I'd say the target on the upside is still valid at 2.058, which is the 618 retracement, and then from there 2.088, and then from there to the moon. But what you really want to see is consolidation, eventually break out of this downtrend, and then targets on the upside, which will also validate this uptrend that's forming. But at any point, if we do fall below 2.033, then I'd say the next area in the major area of support for SNEC would be 30 and then 25. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. I am. And then let's see, XPR. I will not make a video on this. I think I have a limit of like 15. Yeah, XPR had a really big move up though. That's crazy. Yeah, so for XPR, for the gentleman who's hopefully still here, yeah, you're still, so you had a nice spike, but it took you into resistance, and then you sold off and you're still bearish. So the next candle, this isn't good. So these spikes aren't really that good. You really need to see a continuation up. This is usually a liquidity grab. So I'd say once it needs to break through 2.039, and then 2.05 would be in play, and then from there to the moon. But if we never break 2.033, then we're probably going to be making a lower low like we did here, and we have a slight downtrend that's forming for XPR. And that's pretty much it. Not financial advice, just my opinion. And then let's see. Zebic. That's a good one. %, not bad. Taking a look at Zebic network on the live stream. So basically, Zebic had a really nice move up, and I think we're still holding key areas of support. So first and foremost, my target at 2.09 is still valid, and we say that every single time we look at Zebic, because as long as it stays over 2.029 to 2.041, I'd say that there is a continuation up, and 2.09 is still in play. But at any point, if we do start breaking below this area, that's when you're going to get something like this. It's going to go up, probably trap people, and then that's when you're going to get a giant downtrend forming. It hasn't happened yet, right? And we got a really nice bounce over previous support, which has now flipped resistance. So the target on the downside on the macro time frame is still 2.029. As long as it stays over that, if you're buying it, then you're hoping that it's still macro bullish, and 2.09 would be in play. So high risk, high reward. So congratulations if it ends up working out for you. But at any point, if it does fall below this, then I'd say you are going to get a bigger move back down to around 2.011 to 17. With that being said, I'll keep you updated as always. None of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. I mean, 21% is a huge move, like in one day. That's usually what like the stock market does in a year, or the S&P does in a year, you know. Let's see. This market literally has brain damage. Yeah, I agree with you. That's crazy. Are we going back down? everyone's excited, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, we're going to the moon, and Bitcoin hits the downtrend and we're going back down. Woo. Excuse me. All right, let's see. Yeah, 105K, damn. Yeah, let's take a look at Ergo. Taking a look at Ergo, making an update video on Ergo on the live stream. So Ergo is doing pretty good. You did get a nice recovery, and this is pretty good. You had a sell-off, but you had a giant green candle spawning, taking you over the previous close. So far, so good for Ergo. The problem is that you are still under 15 cents. So just keep in mind that the price can still come back up to this box and still be bearish and make a lower low. So if we don't manage to break this level between 15 and 20 cents, wherever it ends up being, we are going to come back down, make a lower low, and validate this downtrend. But once we do break and stay over 20 cents, then 33 cents would be in play. And then from there to the moon, we'll look at the next areas of resistance at that point. And technically, you'd be maintaining an uptrend. So with that being said, I'll keep you updated. None of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. And thank you. Still here. Thank you, bro. You're very welcome. Yes, it is confirmed. Yes, Cybercurd. Bless you, meow. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Hi, can you take a look at STX? Yeah, we will add that to the list. CTX and Arrow. Oh, Arrow. Yeah, let's take a look at Arrow. A couple people were asking for that. It's nice when the coins are up because it's like, oh, let me just get a whole bunch of videos and let me clip a whole bunch of videos and then like post them afterwards. This is looking very good. You're making higher highs, higher lows across the board. Hopefully, you're just waiting for that breakout. And yeah, you actually ended up breaking. Resistance. So as of right now for Aerodrome Finance, $1.05 is in play, but you might, again, you can come back up there, get stuck, make a lower high, have a 618 retracement, come down. But if $1.05 breaks, the next target on the upside would be $1.50. So that's pretty much it for Aerodrome Finance. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Damn, I think I made way too many videos already, though. That's the problem. Like my program, it's dumb. It only lets me upload, so I could upload a whole bunch of YouTube videos. Like it's like an editing software that connects with your, it connects with social media. So I created an X, I created a TikTok, I created an Instagram, and then I have a YouTube. Because in my mind, I'm like, hey, I can just upload, like connect my social media to all 4 platforms and then just upload at once. But the software, so on X, it doesn't let me upload. It only lets me upload 5. So I don't even use it. I just go in and share it manually. But on TikTok, I could only upload 15 videos every 24 hours, which is kind of dumb. It's very restricting, but I just have to be smart with which one, what I upload, and then I'll just upload everything else on YouTube. But it's funny, if I was trying to tell that to Vision, I was like, hey, but the problem is, yeah, you have to wait until I'm monetized, and I'm not even close to being monetized because on TikTok, you need at least 10,000 followers. So I have all the other criteria for it, but I need 10,000 followers. But you can actually still go live on their platforms. You just have to apply for it, which is what I did. So I'm thinking maybe if I still go live stream, I might not get ad revenue, but people might send me super chats and stuff, and that's just another avenue of increasing my revenue. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, free lightning for 3 beans. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is awesome. Yeah, today's a good day for super chats, man. Wow. Today's gonna make up like basically this entire month's revenue, right? Last month was good because I live streamed every single day, and then this month it's just 3 days a week. But actually next month I am planning, and I'll confirm it and I'll post it and I'll tell you guys obviously later, but I am planning on live streaming every single day next month again. So I think we should do that for next month. I really want to grow the channel. I want to get to 10K subs. I want to get to 10,000 subs as soon as possible. That's the goal, to get to 10K subs, and then from there 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That would be pretty cool. Let's see. There are a lot of coin requests, so let's take a look at all the coins, and then we'll take a look at the chat, and then let me know if I missed anything. Taking a look at Dog with Hats on the live stream, had a really monster move up, 22%, maybe even more, right? Yeah, maybe even more. So Dog with Hat had a, yeah, so we got stuck at the 0.5, came back down into previous resistance flip support. So right now it needs to break 87 cents. If it doesn't, you're making a lower high, and you're still validating this downtrend. So if it doesn't break 87 cents, we are probably going to come back down. But once 87 cents breaks, then the next target would be $1.68 on the upside, making a higher high, and then forming higher lows, and then validating an uptrend in this channel. So we really need to break 87 cents. If we don't, unfortunately, we are going to come back down. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Moodang, damn, not bad. Taking a look at Moodang on the live stream. So Moodang had a really nice bounce, you know, very, very, very nice bounce, I'd say. So, I mean, it looks so small, right? But I mean, if you have like 10 grand in, if you put 10K in, that's like $2,400. That's a lot of money. So for Moodang, we did have a 786 retracement. So on the upside, 18 cents is still in play, and then 32 cents followed by previous all-time high would still be in play. And then the targets on the upside are still valid, like we've said in our videos in the past, as long as we stay over 11 to 17 cents. So 17 cents support didn't hold. You're probably going to come back up and retest it as resistance. That absolutely needs to break. Otherwise, this previous area of support at 1163 needs to hold. Otherwise, you're going to break down and validate a downtrend. Once this breaks, then the targets on the upside are valid, and you're probably looking at retesting the all-time highs, if not the $6 target that we talked about when we were having these giant moves up. But anyway, I will keep you updated as always. None of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Okay, so we'll do that. We're not going to do Spark. I only did this because it's up 20 whatever percent. I guess we'll do Toshi, and then we could take a look at the chart. Taking a look at Toshi on the live stream. Toshi. Let's see. Let's see. From the high to the low, from the east to the west, we are getting stuck at the 382 right now. So on the macro time frame, it does need to break 3049. Once that breaks, 3087 would be in play, which was the 618 retracement in the area that we got stuck at last time. If for whatever reason we don't break 49, then we do absolutely need to hold 3034. And as long as that holds, then the target on the upside is still valid, and clearly you're making higher lows and validating this downtrend. But at any point, if you do fall below 35, then you're probably going to get a bigger capitulation back down to these lows. I'll keep you updated as always. None of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion, and thank you. Alrighty, what did I miss? Does anybody need a coin? Does anybody need their coin looked at? Please let me know. And then Free Lightning, let me know if you need me to look at any of your coins. Let me know. Wow, today's a good live stream day, man. Flip coins coming in with like 80% of that. Damn. Thank you so much for that. That is awesome. I don't know if Jack Moore and these other people. I don't know how to even say that name because it's Arabic or whatever. But I checked Turbos and Arrow. But Crexy, can you look at Zebic? I actually already looked at Zebic, but later I could take a look at it again. Let's take a look at STX, and then we could take a look at Stacks. What's Stacks doing? Wasn't this a Coinbase coin? STX, no. Yeah, Stacks, yeah, so for Stacks, bearish under 78 cents, bullish over $1.05, and then breakout should take you over to $1.74. Looking at the RSI and the stock RSI, we didn't quite hit oversold, but we are oversold. We didn't really hit the red though. And the stock RSI is obviously going up. We're getting some sort of bounce right now. I mean, it looks very bearish, right? Because usually when you know the RSI is overbought, you should be making higher highs, not lower highs. So this has been in a bear market since April of 2024. So it's been over a year that it's been just completely bearish. But then again, it did go up a lot. You know, it did go up from 2023. It had a really nice move up. It did almost a 20x. So it seems like it already had its bull run, right? Not financial advice, just my opinion. Thanks, I'm good for now. Just listening. Let's go. Lightning, lightning, lightning. It's like Pikachu's tail. Can you look at bad AI, please? What is it on? What chain is it on? Oh, this is what you're talking about, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, it's still bearish, even though you had a really nice move up. Unfortunately, it's still bearish. Bearish under however many zeros, 18. And then bullish over however many zeros, 33. I don't even know how many zeros that is. 7 zeros. Yeah, so bearish under 7 zeros, 18. Bullish over 7 zeros, 34. I mean, this thing's 150. Yeah, it's around like a 27x back up to its all-time high if it ends up going back up that high. I'm late to the party. Let's go, Craig C. Let's see. Yeah, so for Zebic, we set that, I mean, getting a nice bounce, but we set that as long, okay, so my target's still 209, and as long as it stays over the 236.382, which we did get stuck at, so we broke the 236 area of support. The next area of support is 29. If 29 doesn't hold, then we are going to get a bigger capitulation. But technically, we can come back down this low and then still go up. And, the next target up would be 209 once you break this previous high. So far, so good for Zebic network. And that's all we set for Zebic. You are getting a buyback, but you are getting stuck at previous support, now flipped resistance. So what I really want to see is consolidation over 2041. As long as that happens, then you'll know that it's very strong and the targets on the upside are in play. But what you don't want to see is just a buyback over here, getting stuck at this previous support level and then coming back down, making a lower low. President Trump is declaring peace. What does that mean? What did I miss? You guys are my news, so can you please let me know what I missed? World War III is canceled. What does that mean? Damn. Things still haven't delivered. Can you take a look at bananas for scale? What chain is it on? Can you give me... Tehran is getting bombed as we speak. Yeah, I thought they were still continuing. Damn, Craig C's up 50. Yeah, I hope you put in like a whole bunch of money. Is this the right chain though? Oh my gosh, dude. Craig C for the win, man. Wow, dude. That's... Dude, congratulations, man. Congratulations, Craig C. We got a true winner in the chat. Let's go. What's up, Smash Toshi? How are you? Yeah, that was. Someone was like copying our names and stuff. Yeah, this is the right one. This is the right chart. Oh, you bought it here, huh? That's why you're only up 50%? Yeah, you bought it here. So how did you know it was going to like leg up? How did you know it was going to leg up? That's pretty cool. Dude, you really gambled. You do know how risky it was to buy when this candle closed and this was printing red. That's when you decided to buy and then you caught it. Wow, that's unbelievable, man. You really gambled there. Markets are overreacting to Trump's Tuesday file post on Truth. Yes, Trump posted on Truth Social. It's low volume. We will see if it sticks tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe that. I don't believe any of that. I think right now it's just a shakeout. I think that we are probably going to go back down, even though I don't want to. But that's like this is like textbook, man. This is like textbook. Oh, like market manipulation. I think we're going back down, but like I don't want to say that because a lot of you guys are probably going to get upset with me. But I've already you know. I want to see it. I want to see the pre-stocks. I want to see all the dust settle, and then I'll get excited. And if we're still up, then great. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is like a dead cat bounce. This is just like everyone's going to be like, oh, like everyone's reacting right now, and everyone's like, okay, we're going back up. But hey, you guys want to see something cool? Look at this. Bam. This thing just went up 13% today. Isn't that nice? You hardly ever see a graph like this, a chart like this with OXT. We going up, baby aloe, Cope harder. I think we are going back down to LOL, Cope harder, bear boy. I'm not bearish. I took profits on SCI and Ergo. Jack Morissette, can you please take a look at SPA, spell 8? That's too many coins, Jack. Tell me your favorite coin. Give me your 2 favorite coins. And then we can take a look at it if we have time. I'll try to take a look at all your coins, but just give me your. I just got overwhelmed with reading that message right now. President Trump started a war to lower rates, but price of seafood is mooning due to labor shortage. I mean, there's really nothing to look at spell, unfortunately. Like we've said for the last 2 years of making spell tokens. So if you watch the videos, the weekly update videos for spell, Nothing is bullish with spell. You hear every single video that I make, and every single video starts with nothing is bullish with spell until we break 3 zeros 95. Okay? And bullish over 2 zeros 18, which we've gotten stuck at twice now, unfortunately. So it's a 382 retracement, 382 retracement, and then usually a lower low. So, and then bull run, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen, but this doesn't look good. I mean, this doesn't look good. I know we're getting a bounce, but if Bitcoin's bearish, it's going to just come back down and make all-time lows. So we do really need to get a recovery rally. There are a lot of coins that are doing good, and there are a lot of coins that are up here, and you have a lot of, safety net, right? But unfortunately, with coins like this and my coin, like my coins, OXT and DOGE on Mars, we're just at the all-time lows. So we're at risk of basically capitulating and making lower lows, which is why I'm not happy. Yeah, Bitcoin's at 105,000 again. Yay, my coins are not even close to where they were before the dip, And that just shows weakness, unfortunately. So we just have to wait. We just have to wait for our time. Can you take a look at Doge, please? Dogecoin. Yes. Yeah, Dogecoin had a nice move. Up. I think we're still stuck though. Yeah, I mean it hasn't even come close to recover. So like with Dogecoin, bearish in the shorter time frame, bearish under 17.79, and then bullish over 21 cents should take us to 29 cents. So we're not even close to getting through resistance. And then just keep in mind, I mean, you're still technically maintaining this uptrend. And then on the macro time frame for Dogecoin, you're still over the 382, so it's still very bullish. And then that sell-off for Dogecoin, it did actually put the RSI in oversold, and it did reset the stock RSI. And you can see that every single time with Dogecoin we've gotten overbought, we have been making a higher high, which is what you want to see, which is what you see in a bull market, right? You're making higher highs, but this is the first time that actually you made a lower high, right? And that usually happens in the bear market, right? You make lower highs. Okay, so I'm not saying this is the start of the bear market, but I'm just saying, like, when this goes up, you really want to see a higher high forming. You don't want to get stuck somewhere over here while the RSI is overbought, because then you're making a lower high, and that's bearish. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Hey Meow, can we look at Swiftcoin? It dropped down, but I didn't write down your targets last stream. Yeah, no worries. Let's take a look at Swiftcoin. Swiftcoin's going back up. It was like, yeah, you're still good. I think 2 zeros 88 is like the worst case scenario for spell, which you're actually well over. Swiftcoin. What am I talking about? Spell. Yeah. So for Swiftcoin, I mean, yeah, on the macro time frame, you're still solid over 82. That's what it was. On the shorter time frame for Swiftcoin, God, like what the heck? You're making higher lows. This is very, 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 very bullish for Swiftcoin. And then support on the shorter time frame was 2 zeros 93, which we almost came down to, and now we're retesting 1 cent as resistance, which was previous support. Okay. But you have that target on the downside, 2 zeros 93, and then looking at the RSI and the stock RSI, you can see that the RSI is close to being oversold, not quite in the red, probably in the red, pushes you down to 93, which is good. The sell-off will end. You're making a higher low. You're maintaining this uptrend. And then the targets on the upside will be the 236382, which is around where it's at right now, where it's getting stuck, which is previous support flipped resistance anyway. And then 1 cent 47. And then once that breaks, 2 cents 20. And then my target up to 8 cents is still valid. But I think that if 8 cents does break, 14 cents would be in play. And I'm hoping that happens for you. With that being said, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. And thank you. And thank you for the 3 beans. Yearn it, bro. Thank you. What does that mean? Yearn it? Oh, earn it? You earn it? Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Did I tell you my friend got me a 10,000 sub plaque for my birthday? And YouTube doesn't give out plaques, okay? So he custom made the play button that says presented to Cryptomia Analysis for passing 10K subscribers. But I actually don't even have 10,000 subscribers. And then I asked him, and he was like, I know you're going to get it, because he looked at my trajectory. So there's this website, apparently, that tells you, like, that gives you information. And based on my data, I should be getting it as early as September or as late as August. So that's why I want to live stream every single day in July, because that's going to help me towards getting to 10K and actually validating that plaque. But yeah, true story. At first I didn't like it because I was like, that's fake. But then I was like, you know what? It's the gift that matters. You know, he thought, like, my friend believed in me. So that's, it's coming from a good place. So that's why I just put it on my desk next to my sign. So yeah, I still don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm not a really big fan of this one, but yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Oh, ACH for Jack Moore. Yeah, ACH did pretty good. Had a really nice move up. But unfortunately, you can see on the bigger time frame, it's just still consolidating. So for ACH, yeah, so I remember this. So 1.5 cents on the downside, and then 2 cents 40 on the upside. So you're just consolidating in resistance, and you've been doing that since November of 2023. You've had 2618 retracements so far, and then got stuck both times. But you're making higher lows, so as long as it does maintain price action over 1 cent 50, then 2 cents 40, and then 5 cents 20 would be in play. And then once you eventually break this area, which is horrible resistance right now, it's an iron ceiling for ACH, you're looking at 9 cents being in play. And then from there to the moon. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Time to short, let's go. No, not really. I don't think it's, I wouldn't. I don't believe in shorting, but that's just me. That's too much work. 10K before Christmas would be the best Christmas present ever. Yeah, man, good friend, he's got your back. Yeah, it's pretty nice. At first I was like, that's kind of fake. You know, what if I put it in the background? People are like, oh wow, he got himself a 10K sub plaque to whatever. But like, I don't think it matters. I really don't. I think people know that YouTube doesn't send out 10K plaques, so it doesn't really matter too. I like it. I put it over there. Eventually, when I actually have a nice streaming room, so like you guys can't see all my personal stuff, like my cards and stuff. Eventually, like I'll have a streaming room, and then I'll have a backdrop, and then like my sign will be in the back, and everything will look nice. I'm gonna be putting that like on the wall. I'm gonna be hanging it on the wall behind, so that like on the back side, there'll be like, yeah, it'll be nice. There'll be like neon lights and stuff like that. So that's my goal. That's my goal for the future. And then we could all just hang out for an hour a day, and hope that one of us makes it, or at least a couple of us make it. Can you take a look at DGen? ... Like, I don't care about your story. Just look at my coin. Okay. Oh, hold on. There's a cat fight. Give me a second. Hey. Lady Boo. guys. Give me a second. Hey. Man. We take care of 2 outdoor cats. And one of them is like meowing and stuff. I don't want them to fight. Yeah, so DGen, that's right. And then what was your coin? You said, hey, can we take a look at Cookie for me before you take off? Yeah, I can. Cookie DAO. Oh, hey, congratulations. Dude, that's huge. 18%, that's pretty good. Let's take a look at DGen first, and then we'll take a look at Cookie DAO. Pookie DAO. Yeah, so for DGen, it is having a nice move, but first of all, on the macro time frame, nothing is bullish until we break 42 and break over 7. And then on the shorter time frame, it's still bearish under 36 and then bullish over 56. So we have long ways away. It's still bearish, unfortunately. And then in terms of support, yeah, I would say, and again, this support is now resistance, which coincides with the 2362, so 38. On the downside, 18 needs to hold, otherwise you're going to be making a lower low and validating this downtrend for DGen. No financial advice, just my opinion. And then Cookie DAO. God. For Cookie DAO, yeah, we're attempting to break out for Cookie DAO. So 18 cents was resistance. Once that breaks, 32 cents would be in play, which is where we got stuck last time. But since you're making higher highs and higher lows and you're validating this channel, 49 cents would be in play, making that higher high once we do break out. What we don't want to see is getting stuck at the 382, coming back down and actually forming a downtrend. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then on the downside, anything under 12 cents 60 is going to make it macro bearish. You're probably going to, I don't know how low you're going to go before we start going back up. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Man, before we go down, I think hey. Anyway, I think that's it. I think we've been live for over an hour now, so I think that's it. We got 20 viewers, so that's pretty nice. But I think that's it. I'm gonna be uploading most of these videos afterwards. So if you guys missed it or whatever, you can go check it out. I'll be going to live stream on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, around the same time as today. Stay tuned, watch the live stream if you want. And then next month, I'm probably going to live stream every single day, but I'll give you guys more of a heads up next week if I'm going to do that for July. I want to say I'm 90% in to live stream every single day next month. And then with that being said, just remember, none of this is financial advice. It is all just my opinion. This is all just for entertainment purposes. Nothing more. Thank you so much for all the subscribers, all the super chats, all the members. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys in Thursday's live stream, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have a great night. Have a great Tuesday tomorrow, and have a great week. And thank you.